Wally here, and I hope you're having a good day, because today I want to talk about another game from my gaming collection. And today it's a game that's near and dear to my heart, from a series and system near and dear to my heart, Monster Hunter 3 Ultimate for the Nintendo Wii U. If you don't know what Monster Hunter is, you're fighting monsters, knocking them out, defeating them, carving parts from them in order to create really cool gear, such as what you can see on the cover, and weapons. And you rinse and repeat. The monsters get stronger, crazier, the missions get tougher, and it's just a blast to play. It's exhilarating. You can play by yourself, online, or with friends. And I have been having fun with this series since it launched in 2004, I believe, when my friend bought multiple copies of the game in order to let his friends, such as myself, play with him. So he loaned me the copy for PlayStation 2 of Monster Hunter 1, pretty much indefinitely, and that was when I automatically fell in love with the series. I love Capcom games. I love Resident Evil, Mega Man, and so forth, and I instantly fell in love with the music, the visuals, the style. There's nothing like this game at the time, and no one knew about it. But here I am playing the first game at launch and falling in love with this world for all eternity. And then because I'm primarily a Nintendo home console gamer, Nintendo gamer. It was my brother's PlayStation 2. He took it with him. And so I kept on remembering, the moment Monster Hunter comes out for a Nintendo platform, I'll get it. But sadly, when Monster Hunter Tri came out for Wii, I was doing a lot of schoolwork, a lot of work, and I didn't really have a lot of time. I didn't realize it came out. And then when Monster Hunter 3 Ultimate came out for Wii U, I bought the Wii U at launch. I had a little bit more extra time to play when the Wii U came out, and so I instantly bought Monster Hunter 3 Ultimate the moment I could. I bought it twice, actually, digitally. I should back up. I bought it 4 times total. I know. I have a problem. But I love Monster Hunter so much that I bought it 4 times, 3 times digitally, 2 times on my 2 Wii U's, and that's a story for another day why I have 2 Wii U's. But basically so my spouse could play with me, so she and I can go through hunts together, which we did, and it was a blast. And then I bought it once digitally on the Nintendo 3DS, so I can participate in the save file transfer between the Wii U version and the 3DS. So that was really cool, and I did that a lot. I would play this my one save file on the 3DS, and then move it back to the Wii U when I wanted to play it in HD on my television, and then continue doing that. And then my spouse bought this copy physically, so I can have it in my collection, and that is 4 copies of this great game. Why do I love this so much? Well, it is my most played Wii U game, but it's just because it's the addicting nature of the hunts. It's like fighting a monster that I can't quite beat it, but now I can. And let me go hunt it over and over again so I can get its armor, so that I can be stronger and gain new abilities and skills, and then get more proficient at a certain weapon. And then you see like this dragon on the cover. It's like, man, I want to beat that thing. So it's that addicting nature of, is this too hard for me? And then finding out that it's not, beating it, getting stronger, and then going after something even bigger, and then something even bigger, and so forth, until you're no longer a low rank hunter, you're a high rank, and then not only that, then you can, you're tough enough to play online and fight the even tougher monsters. It's a great, incredible experience that in this iteration, I really expanded my proficiencies with multiple weapons. Like in the first game, I would play with a sword and shield, which is pretty much the standard go-to weapon. But in 3 Ultimate, I played with the longsword, and I really fell in love with the like katana-esque, movements and attacks, and how fast that weapon was. But in this game, I also went into using the greatsword, which is slower and methodical, and you really have to know and familiarize yourself with the monster's moves and actions so you can kind of predict it. Because the greatsword is slow, but it's mighty. And then finally, towards the end of my playing of this game, I started playing the light bowgun, which is like a totally new experience, where you're just a gunner and you're running around, and it's a pun intended, a blast to play as the light bowgun. So I really delved into multiple different weapons in here, play styles, really learned the items, dug super deep, and enjoyed all the additions they had made since the first game. And so I beat the campaign. I saved Moga Village from the Lagia Crust and this big blue Leviathan electric monster, and then something even greater than that. I ended up falling in love with Arzuros. That's the blue bear. That's my favorite monster in the entire series, because how can you not love a blue bear that when you beat him so bad he goes and eats honey? He's also blue. That's my favorite color. That's awesome. And overall, I fell in love with Monster Hunter once more with this iteration. I was waiting so long for another Monster Hunter game to play on a Nintendo console, And then after this, I believe I jumped to Monster Hunter 4 Ultimate for 3DS, and then eventually Monster Hunter Generations Ultimate for Nintendo Switch, and of course Monster Hunter World on Steam PC. And I am a lifelong fan of the series, playing it on all sorts of devices. It is fun, it's great, and I can't wait to play more in the future with future iterations. But as far as Monster Hunter 3 Ultimate is concerned, I say it's still worth playing for different arenas and that you can't play in, say, Generations Ultimate. I like the Flooded Forest. I love the underwater combat. I didn't mind it. It's a little clunky, but Monster Hunter is a little bit clunky, especially the traditional Monster Hunter style. So I think it was fun and added a different addition to it, and it's cool to see the maps that they had in here that aren't in, say, Generations Ultimate or any other version. So I would say, yeah, there's fun to be had in every single Monster Hunter. It's not too hard to find as long as you love the Monster Hunter gameplay, and I do. Let me know in the comments what you think about Monster Hunter series in general, or Monster Hunter 3 Ultimate. Did you get to play this game? What's your favorite monster from it? Your favorite map in this game? I'd love to hear all about it. As always, thanks for joining the party. Listen to me ramble, and I'll see you in the next collection video.